Hello everybody, June here. It has been a long time since I've done a sewing projects video because if you follow me on Instagram or if you have seen some of the other videos that I've posted here recently, you'll know that in the first 3 months of this year I went away to do research in Spain, research for my dissertation. So while I was there, I didn't actually do any sewing. So today I'm going to share with you the things that I sewed in May, which is a total of 5, plus a couple of stragglers from December where I also didn't do a video. First up is Simplicity 8383. It is the trapeze style dress, and I am gonna go ahead and start with saying I love this dress. Holy moly, I love this dress. I rarely make dresses because just fitting them on the top and on the bottom is a pain in the butt, sometimes literally. But this one is just, I mean, if you know what a trapeze dress looks like, it's like pretty much, it's wider than A-line. So anyhow, fitting is not an issue with those. So I made view B in an interlock, and I didn't make any fitting adjustments at all, and it fits so well. I think it fits great. We do notice though that it is really short on me. If you are taller than me, I'm 5'1.5". If you're taller than me, you can be showing a lot of leg. And I have blogged about this pattern, this project, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to that in the description for more details and more pictures. But like I said, I love it. The next thing is a white t-shirt with little bees on the sleeves, and I'm going to backtrack and tell you how I arrived at that project. When I was in Spain, when I was in Seville, I went to a store called Maje, M-A-J-E, and I saw this really cute, just all white t-shirt with flutter sleeves with little bees embroidered on them, and I really wanted to get it, but the price was outrageous. I can't remember what it was in euros, but here in the US I looked it up and it's $125 for a t-shirt. No thanks. So as soon as I got home, I bought some white interlock, and I decided that I was gonna make myself that t-shirt. And it helps that I have an embroidery machine, so I don't have to do the beads by hand. So I went ahead for the body of the t-shirt with the lark tee pattern that I've made before, and I like the fit. But because the fit of the t-shirt on the model, the Maje one, is pretty loose, I thought, okay, I'll make 2 sizes bigger in the lark tee and that should be plenty. So I did it. I just went ahead, stupid me, cut the t-shirt, embroidered 20 bees on the sleeves, 10 on each one. I put it on and it was enormous. It was beyond salvageable. It was so beyond salvageable that I decided that I was done with it. With that particular version, I couldn't do it anymore. But I was determined to have that t-shirt. So I went back to the drawing board and I looked back at a couple of other t-shirts that I've made from the Sew You Home Stretch book, and it fits really well. So I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna repeat the process of redrafting the sleeves that I did the first time, but redraft the ones for this pattern into flutter sleeves. And I'm not gonna go into the details for that here because there are so many good tutorials on YouTube and also just on the internet about how to redraft sleeves to be flutter sleeves. So I did that. I redrafted the sleeves. I started the embroidery process all over again. I embroidered 20 more bees, and ultimately the t-shirt is great. So aside from the sleeves, the t-shirt is just as it comes from the pattern. I think it might have been shortened by 1 inch or so just because I'm short. But I really like this t-shirt. I don't remember the weight of the original Maje one, but this is a pretty hefty interlock, which is great because it holds all the embroidery on the sleeves in place without puckering or just stretching the fabric. And the embroidery design that I use is from Urban Threads, but backtracking again to the labor of love that was this t-shirt. The first time that I tried the embroidery on the sleeves for the first version that didn't work out, I got my fabric, I stabilized it, I put it on the hoop, I used the plastic guide that comes with the embroidery hoop to make sure that my fabric was centered where the design needed to be. And I went ahead and I started embroidering, and it sounded so weird when the needle was going through. And I'm sitting in front of the machine, and then I realized, crap, I forgot to take the plastic off. So I'm gonna put a picture here so you can see it, but I actually literally stitched the rubber plastic guide to the fabric. So I had to start with those sleeves all over again because that was unsalvageable. So all in all, this t-shirt has been a labor of love, and I have no idea why I stuck with it, but I'm glad that I did because I really, really liked it. The next thing that I made for me was a shirt dress. This month, well, between May 15th and June 15th, Pattern Review is running the shirt dress contest. So I thought it was as good a time as any to make a shirt dress, and I had already made a dress, so I was on a dress kick, which I talk about that on my blog for the Simplicity 8383. So anyhow, I decided that I was gonna make the Kalle shirt dress by Classic Case Patterns. Well, this was supposed to be like a muslin because I wasn't sure how it was gonna fit. So I chose a linen that I've had in my stash for, I don't know, 6 years or so. And I bought it for historical costuming, but I bought a lot of it. And I had already made a dress, a historical costume from it, but I still had a lot of it. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna use this linen. If it doesn't work, then, you know, no love lost, whatever. But I made it, and it's so good. The fit is so great. I did go with 2 sizes, I think. I made a size 12, but I think my bust size puts me like a 16 or an 18 or something. I can't remember. But I made a size 12. And even though I knew that even though I thought that it was going to be a muslin of sorts, I actually took all the steps and did everything the way that I was supposed to, so that when I actually cut into my shirting fabric that I bought for it, I would be set and I would know what I was doing. But like I said, I finished it, and oh my god, I loved it. The color is amazing. I had forgotten how much I love that purple. Everything about the dress is just great. The only thing that I did to it, aside from choosing a size that was a lot smaller than what I was supposed to, was shorten the body 2 inches so that the front hemline came to just above my knee, which is what it looks like on the model on the Classic Case Patterns website. Like I said, I'm very short. I'm 5'1.5", posted all over my Instagram and my YouTube and my blog and everything, so people know that I'm short. So that's the only thing that I did. In retrospect, I think I would play a little bit more with the hem, because I would like the front hem to be a little lower, but I don't want the back hem to be also lower. So what I would do would be to undo the 2 inches that I took off, so to just make it regular, but then take 2 inches off the hem in the back after the dip. And by the dip, I mean, it's difficult to describe, but by the dip I mean like the curve on the side, right? So just take it off the back, if that makes any sense. And that should bring the front hem to where I want it, while also having the back hem where I want it. But other than that, it is so great. This linen is a medium weight linen, and it's slightly sheer if you like hold it up to the light, but when it's on, it's fine. I definitely have plans to make another one of these because they're so versatile and so freaking comfortable. And I didn't make it in the shirting that I bought, because now that I made it in this linen, I think that if I made it in a shirting, it might be a little bit too stiff, and I love the way that this one drapes. The last thing that I made for me was another Simplicity pattern. It is Simplicity 2892, and it is an old pattern, so I don't know if it's still in print, but I made View D in a size 12, which is the largest size on the envelope that I have. In retrospect, I mean, it fits okay, but in retrospect, I could have done a little bit of an adjustment to the arm side, just bring it down, because that is the only part where it is it's not tight, but it's not as loose as I like it to be. And I shortened the bodice 1 inch, and it's, I mean, it's like it's a pretty basic top. It has a little bit of a ruffled yoke and so much hand sewing. Holy moly. The yoke, the top is stitched by machine, but once it's folded under, it is attached to the other side of the, so the yoke lining is attached to the yoke by hand stitching all the way around the neckline. A lot of hand stitching. I made this one in a lawn by Lisette from, I believe, the fall of 2011. It has been in my stash for 7 years. And that was the last thing that I made for me. I did make one thing for my son. So that first t-shirt for the Maj knockoff that ended up being too big, I still wanted to use the fabric, so I repurposed it and I made a t-shirt for my son. And I used a pattern from one of the most recent Ottobre Kids magazine. It's the 02-2018 issue, and I think it's 36A. It's pattern 36A. It's really simple. It's just a t-shirt with a little pocket, and I did contrasting color, and this one has sleeve bands, which I also did in a contrasting color. The cute thing about this t-shirt is that I did the embroidery on the pocket using a set called Pocket Pairs, also from Urban Threads. Just pretty simple. I just didn't want to waste the fabric from my t-shirt. And that's all the things that I made in May. Back in December, I had every intention of actually making a video, but first of all, I didn't actually make a whole lot of things, and second, you know, one thing led to another, and next thing I knew, I was away doing research and I didn't have time. But I want to share 2 things with you from December. One, I don't have a video of, so I just put a picture here somewhere. It is a long sleeve version of the Hey June Lane Raglan. I did a short version, a short sleeve version, I think it was in November, maybe October, and I did make a video of that. I'll link the video where that one is. And I thought, I'm gonna be going away in winter, and having long sleeves would be nice. And the second thing that I made in December is the Opal Cardigan, or in my case is a Coatigan. This is a pattern by Paprika Patterns, which I had never tried before. But when Indiso was having their sale for Thanksgiving or Black Friday, I bought it, and it's actually not a lot of pattern pieces. I absolutely despise taping PDFs together, and I've said this 10,000 times, but that one is not that many pieces. And I made it using a quilted knit fabric that I found in the Garment District, and it was a really simple make, but it has kept me warm, maybe too warm sometimes. It's polyester, so it doesn't breathe very well, but the pattern is so pretty. And I mean, you can make it in so many different fabrics and get so many different looks. Like mine is very structured, but you can also make it in a softer knit that will dry better, or in a sweater knit or something like that, and you can get completely different looks. And you have so many options. You have 3 different lengths, 3 different necklines, 2 sleeve lengths. So there's a lot of combinations that you can get from that one. And that is all that I have. So that's 5 things in May and a couple of things from December. That's not very much. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.